Why is it important to pre-screen in social care settings? Well, the further a candidate gets through your recruitment process, the more time and effort and money they're going to cost. It's also better for the applicant to know early whether they have the right potential for frontline care roles, because it saves their time as well. In this module, we're also going to look at telephone interviewing, which is one of the most important ways that you can screen and often forgotten. What you can learn by actually speaking to the person. A very important component, and I'll show you how we can get the most out of that process. We're also looking, of course, for certain characteristics. We've talked about some of them before. The motivation, understanding why they're looking for this job. Is there any indication that they're looking for this job particularly? How far do they live away from where you're asking them to work? And is it realistic that they're going to make that journey on a day-to-day basis? Have they got the ability to make the journey? Do they need transport for the job? And have they got it? And do they have the right to work? So these are all components of our screening process. Then we'll look at interviewing. And many care providers that I meet, interviewers, are seasoned at the job. And they've got a pretty good indication when they meet somebody of whether they're going to be successful or not. But the frustrating thing about interviewing is it's a pretty poor proxy for actually doing a care work role, and therefore easy to get wrong or make the wrong decisions. We're seeing a growth in what's called values-based interviewing in care settings, and I'll talk a little bit about that in this module too. And finally, we're going to look at interview no-shows and try and find ways of reducing them. They're so frustrating and running at about 50% in the sector at the moment around the world. So how can we do more to waste less of your time waiting for people who simply don't turn up?